band playing. That's the band.
But let's bring to the stage quarterback Shador Sanders, athlete Travis Hunter, Mark Bassett, kicker Chase Field, offensive coordinator Sean Lewis, defensive coordinator Charles Kelly, and of course Coach Prime.
Belief is an idea you hold with conviction and importance. When I say I believe, I truly do. Because I love what we've gathered in this room.
How is it going to affect you? Nothing outside should affect you.
Because right now you gotta dig deep. I want you to practice to be great.
Time to clock in and go to work. Every day's a freaking work day. Let's get on the same page. Sit.
Rick George, who gave me this tremendous opportunity, and everyone that's seated at that table right there. You are phenomenal. I think he warranted at least 20 guys that reached out to me from all across the country, and I kept getting calls after calls after calls until we finally connected. And it was something about his voice. It was something about his spirit. It was something about his desire and his want that when I hung up the phone and Coach Reyes and I was in the car together, I said, you know what, man? I believe. And I was having lunch with Coach Hart. Coach Hart, stand up for a second, please. Yeah, it's my linebacker coach. He and Coach Mathis and I and Coach Calhoun, we've been together since coaching youth for over 20 years, and we were at a lunch in not Texas, we were in Jackson, Mississippi. And God spoke to me and I said, you know what? I got it. So I said, hold on a second. I called Constance, my attorney, that does my business. I said, get Rick on the phone, please. And when Rick tells the story, he tells it from the opposite angle. He thought I was gonna call him to say, you know, I'm going somewhere else. And I said, Rick, I'm coming. That's how that started. I'm coming. Quick phone call, I'm coming. And we took care of the business aspect of it, and I believed. When I landed here, we were greeted by a multitude of onlookers, students at the airport. And I just shook my head and I said, I believe. Shador was with me. And then we got here and I met the media and the love and the appreciation, the support. I said, I believe. Then I walked around town and we went to eat here and there with my sons. I said, wow, they didn't have grits, but I believe. And as I journeyed all around the city, it was so much love and so much spirit and so much energy and so much want from you all. And I continued to believe. Then starting to see the coaches come in and one by one, and they looking around like, wow, we couldn't believe this place and what you all have established here. The beauty of it, and the beauty, just looking out the windows and seeing the mountains. I'm from Florida, man. I ain't never seen no mountains and been in no snow. And I believe. But slowly but surely, you just made me feel so much love and so much appreciation and so much respect, that my kids felt the same thing. So I'm here to tell you, not only do I appreciate you, not only do I love you, but darn it, I believe. And it's about time for you to believe right now too.
Amen. That's music the bus fans' ears. Coach Prime, when you come in, anytime you take up a new job, there's going to be challenges, but you've totally reworked this entire program. Talk about that challenge and kind of how you've gone about that business.
Well, I'm not going to say it was a challenge because, you know, Rick came and he was all ready to go, and I had to serve him some soul food to get him a little weary because he was all energized when he came to the crib in Jackson. So we filled him up on soul food, and he put his videos on, and Coach Ray and I was just waiting him out. We're like, okay, he's gonna get tired in a minute. And he was done. I said, okay, our turn. So we handed him our book, and we just went through it page by page by page by page and allowed him to understand what we were gonna do from day one. With the roster turnover, with the personnel turnover, with the coaching staff. Every coach that we had on the pamphlet, we secured them. And this is a tremendous staff. But slowly but surely, we told him every step of the way what we're going to do, and we have not deviated from the plan whatsoever. I know it's hard and it's harsh to think that, you know, you could deny a kid an opportunity, but what about these kids? They deserve an opportunity. I think we've gathered some like-minded young men that have come from all different walks of life, all different ethnicities, different social climates, and the commonality that they share is they want it all. They don't just want a little bit, they just don't want a portion of it. They want it all, and they don't just want to win, they want to dominate. They don't want to just go pro.
Sure.
They want to go in the first round. That's who those young men are. So they're just not going to settle with just a piece. They want it all. Am I right, guys?
You can hear him back there. Coach, the one thing that I get asked about all the time because of your messaging and what you say whenever you're on TV or radio or speak in front of people, you talk about the character aspect. You talk about wanting it all. And so you want great athletes, obviously. You want great football players, but you want great men, don't you? Talk about why that's so important in the program.
It's our goal and our vision to not only have professional athletes, but we want professionals as well. We have a wonderful university that has wonderful academics. And the thing that I'm more pleased with is when I journey around town and people say, oh my God, I met some of your kids and they opened the door for me. I met some of your kids and they were so polite and hospitable. I met some of your kids and guess what? We accumulated the highest GPA ever accumulated in the history of CU football this past spring.
Nice. You know, if you followed Coach Prime during his career, you and I are about a week apart in age, by the way, so I've been following you, growing up with you, kind of, if you would. Now, you've been in the spotlight your whole life. You've lived in the spotlight. It's been shining on you ever. That can be, for a lot of people, a distraction. You've always handled that very well. How do you teach your team with all the attention that's on this program right now, how to handle that?
That's not easy because you got to understand, all these guys want to shine. They want followers. They want to be that guy. They want to be the man. They have this saying, they want to be him, and they want to be in the light. But you got to understand that same light that causes you to shine is that same light that shows your blemishes. So we try to teach them to be ready and be prepared on all fronts. We want them to articulate themselves well and professionally when they're speaking to the likes of you guys and other media members. We want them to just be gentlemen and to be men, great sons, great siblings. I mean, just great persons in the classroom. We want them to sit up front. Don't go in there with slides on and a t-shirt. We want them to look respectable. Because if you present yourself respectable, you're going to be respected. We want them to show what they want and show what they're willing to give as well.
I want to personally thank you, by the way. I've been fighting a one-man battle for 20 years around here, and you came to town and you've actually helped us. Look at all the cowboy hats out there. Thank you for bringing cowboy hats back to Boulder.
Thank you.